The Southern Hemisphere leads the Northern Hemisphere by a chunky 16-9. And look, realistically, it's pretty likely now that the Southern Hemisphere are going to finish 2025 ahead, because we do have a fair few games left, but that is a pretty decent lead. And I'll show you in a minute the kind of games that we have coming up this weekend. But I'm not sure the Northern Hemisphere is going to catch up this weekend. I think actually it's looking like the Southern Hemisphere will extend. I could be wrong. I'm very open to being wrong. But you look back and you can see this is all tiers, right? So this is Lions included, and you can see in there results from Georgia, from Scotland versus Fiji. You know, it's a really good blend. And I find it fascinating because you can see the kind of patterns over the years. And the Southern Hemisphere used to lead all the time. But now it's typically actually a bit closer when you look at the data. But this year it looks like the Southern Hemisphere are pushing ahead. And is that going to change this weekend? Well, some of these aren't Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere. Some of these are actually north on north, right? But as we look through these, well, you know, Uruguay versus Portugal, I don't actually know. You know, as it comes through. Scotland versus New Zealand, well, I would hope New Zealand, because personally I'm a Kiwi, but it is up for grabs. I do think New Zealand will win it. England should beat Fiji, so that's one for the Northern Hemisphere. I'd expect Australia to beat Italy, South Africa, France to be close. I'd still back South Africa there. And I'd back Argentina to take Wales. Now, any of those could go the other way, right? And that'd be fine. But right now, it looks to me like the Southern Hemisphere are dominating.